Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Welcome to the channel where we talk all things music. My name is Grass, and I just wanted to make a quick video really quickly talking about Janet Jackson in Europe, because for those who don't know, Janet started doing her Together Again tour in Europe. She performed in 3 cities right now. I think right now she's in London, and she did Paris, she did Birmingham, and now she did London yesterday. And at the time of making this video, she's actually probably getting ready to go on stage in London, because they're 6 hours ahead of us, and it's 11:16 a.m. at the time recording this. So she'll be hitting the stage soon, I should say. But I've seen clips, I've seen videos of the show, and I wanted to give a shout out to YouTube creator Saint Daniel, who has uploaded the entire show of Janet Jackson in Europe. He, divided the show into 6 videos. So, shout out to him. So I was able to see what the show looks like in Europe, and I just want to talk about my opinions of like stuff that she's changed. Like, has she changed anything? Big changes, little changes, and overall what's different. And how is Janet doing, considering the things going on in her life right now? How is she doing? Well, she seems to be doing great. She seems to be singing, dancing, enjoying herself, really having fun on stage from the clips from what I've seen. So she seems to be doing good. It appears. I hope she's doing okay. So there's that. As for changes, there hasn't been too many changes. It's still relatively the same. However, I will say there is a couple of changes that I really, really enjoy. So the first change is that the song Make Me is now taken out the set list. She's no longer performing Make Me. That song got replaced with Runaway. So she's now performing Runaway on the European leg of the tour. And I've seen the clip, and it sounds good. She sounds great. She's singing live. I love the choreography. The choreography is really good because she actually performed the choreography from the original video, 1995. You see her doing all of this, and then the thing. So it was good seeing Janet doing the original choreography. That was pretty great. That was pretty nice to see. And then again, the song itself sounds really good. To me, honestly, it's probably my favorite performance of Runaway since 1998 for the Velvet Rope tour. Honestly, I think it's my favorite performance of that song since then. So good on Janet for making Runaway a really solid performance. Not to say the others are bad, but just good for her for making that really good. And then another song change that is pretty big is that during the encore of the show, what we saw was Someone to Call My Lover, and then she would go to Together Again. But this time she took out Someone to Call My Lover and replaced it, and this makes a lot of sense. She replaced it with Whoops Now. She replaced Someone to Call My Lover with Whoops Now, and this makes so much sense for so many reasons. So Whoops Now is a huge hit in Europe. I don't think it was released as a single here in this country, in the United States of America, but in Europe it's a big hit. And actually in France, it's certified gold. It's a gold hit in France. So Whoops Now is a very popular song in Europe, and it's not surprising because this is her, I believe, 3rd time performing this song in Europe on a tour. She did it with the Janet tour, the Velvet Rope tour, and I don't think there's any other tour that she did it except for this one. So this is the 3rd time she's done it on tour, and with every single tour that she performed the song, and she did it in Europe and or Australia. So that's pretty fascinating. So I'm good for Europe. Lucky Europe getting to hear the song live. That's pretty great. I wish I could hear it live myself. So good on her for performing the song, because the song is really great and it sounds really good. So there's that. She paid tribute to her brother Tito Jackson. During the end, there was a picture of Tito on the screen, stuff like that, because he passed away. So that was pretty cool. As for anything else, not really much has changed. I will say there was one giveaway that Janet changed. That Janet was gonna perform Runaway, because in the interlude between acts, I think this is when she gets to act 3 or 4 or something like that, when she performs all the fun songs in that white outfit. Usually there was like a remix of the songs, and usually the interlude had Runaway, but she took out the Runaway between the interludes and replaced it with Funny How Time Flies. So that was a clue that she would possibly perform it live, and obviously which she did. So some of that interlude stuff changed. The costumes didn't change, and the stage didn't change. So that's pretty much it. It just looks great. The show still looks great. I like the song changes. So that's pretty interesting what she did here. The arenas look full. They look very crowded. If you look at the video of her in London, you can see the O2 is just filled up, which is pretty great. Also, shout out to Jana for being able to perform 2 shows at the O2, because the O2, the arena itself, is up there with like famous venues like Madison Square Garden and the Intuit Dome, because that was just built and there's a lot of stuff going on over there. Bruno Mars performed and Usher and Kevin Hart had a moment there. So good on her for performing at the O2. And then O2 was going to be where Michael Jackson did his final set of shows, but we obviously know why that didn't happen. So yeah, good on her for doing good. The show seems to be doing well. It's getting very positive reception. The comments are positive. People aren't talking about her and that stupid Kamala thing. People are actually supporting her and cheering for her. So we love to see that. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say. I like the show. It's pretty much the same. Been a couple of songs changes that I really enjoy, and it's great. I wish I could have seen her in Europe. That would be pretty nice. But that's it. That's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching it, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.